noticed that Kevin had already switched the battery over, and I didn't realize he could do it so quickly. But he did wake up when I came in, and he asked me what time it was again, and it was 4:30 when I came back. And I remember telling him we were talking when I left, it was 3:30. So anyway, we got some missing time there and the magnetic anomalies. So who knows what happened there at Takalak Lake. It's just a fascinating thing. By the way, we've just been green-lighted to go another 10 minutes, so I'm going to talk to a couple other folks here on the line. Matter of fact, Mary was at Takalaka Lake. I don't know, Mary, are you still on the line when your vehicle died? I'd like to hear about that story.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Sure, wonderful.
Okay. Because I might drop. I'm on the move, so.
Okay. Sorry to put you on the spot there, but I thought it would be interesting for people to realize not just your vehicle, but a lot of the other vehicles seem to have lost power. Their batteries died, and it'd be interesting to get your firsthand testimony of what happened to you.
Yeah, I think mine happened the night before because I actually left the Skywatch and all the missing time and everything, but the prior night before I went to sleep. And
you're breaking up there, Mary. Are you in a spot where you can get to a better reception and just keep talking?
I'm not sure. How about this?
Yeah, you're doing okay now.
Okay. Let's move to the window. Yeah, I was sleeping in my car, like I said, and I turned the engine on to warm it up. I ran it for like 5 minutes, and then I shut it off, and I even went into the effort to double check it to make sure that the key was completely in the off position because I didn't want to take a chance on something, like draining the battery. And I'm sure everything was fully off because I before I went to sleep, I was just noticing how dark everything was, not a light anywhere. So everything was off, and when I woke up in the morning, my car would not start. The battery was completely dead.
Oh,
and I'd never done that before.
Oh, your battery has not, it wasn't an old, well, it might have been an older car, but your battery had not died previous to that then.
No, I've never had a single problem with my battery prior to that night. And yeah, it was just completely dead, and there was nothing that could have drained it.
Yeah.
Nothing normal.
And here's the funny thing about that is that it wasn't just your car or a couple other of the I-Team cars. Dan Weiss's car did the same thing. His battery died. But the camp hostess lady at Takalak Lake, who was in charge of the campground there, told us that she had multiple other people come up to her from the different parts of the campsite and had the same problems, that their car batteries died, their RV batteries died, they needed jumps in the morning there and stuff. And if Kevin is still on... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, Dan had called me and asked me, and this was a few days later, he called me and asked me to, walk around the car with a compass, and when I got close to sections of the car, the compass needle started moving oddly. That was, a few days later.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, we've got to get, I don't know if it still does that, but we got to get that on videotape, because I know that's what we did with Dan's car. We videotaped him walking around his car with a compass and finding out that his car was basically a bar magnet with a negative and a positive end to it. But
yeah, that was mine. Both ends got a reaction, whereas the middle part of the car didn't get a reaction out of the compass.
Oh, that's the same thing then. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, and gosh, I don't know if Kevin is still there, but Kevin also could verify these magnetic anomalies that we ran across as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I did. This is Kevin. I just wanted to say, too, that one of the things that I don't think anybody's actually sparked up on or actually caught on, because I don't think Scotty's on the line, or if he's not, but one of the things that was one of the things that was interesting about it is that now I don't know if this is connected to Sam or not, but they had remember, Sam was walking down the road and the lights inside Scotty's car came on.
Yes. For no apparent reason, they just turned on.
No, yeah, they just turned on, and then we were saying, well, is that something that just could come on or whatever? And he said, no, the switch was physically swapped. It was like it was turned on, like a physical, somebody had actually turned on the light.
Yeah.
But you couldn't do that from there. And so, yeah, there's so many things that had happened that were, at the time, just so weird and creepy that, you know, it's very strange to me that so much was happening at that time, you know, because I'm just trying to remember. I'm not trying to cut into the story, but I'm just trying to say this all out now because I'm actually just trying to remember. It was overwhelming by how much activity that we actually had.
Yes.
But yes, the magnets were there, and that was what's interesting about Mary's car being the front and the rear of her car. Doing that is that that's not the speakers. The speakers have magnets in them in the door panels. So yeah, that was one of the things that, you know, if it was happening in Mary's car without that, that the other part didn't react to it, that's actually pretty interesting to me.
Oh, definitely. Well, listen, we're going to kind of wrap up some of the things right now. We got about 5 more minutes left, but there's a couple members I need to talk to here before we get done with the show. And I don't know is Nikki still on the line? Are you there, Nikki?
I'm still here.
Oh, good, because I wanted to ask you, being one of our psychic intuitives, what you're kind of feeling for the new year that we're looking at here in 2019 with all the strange events that we've been through in 2018. What is your impression of what's coming down the line?
It's kind of an interesting question right now. A lot of things that I said were going to happen regarding by the end of this year, a lot of those have happened. Regarding the following year, 2019, a whole heck of a lot more, like double to triple the amount of what we had this year will happen in 2019.
Oh, my.
Yeah, that's kind of my take on it. I'm still kind of processing or digesting it, so to speak.
Yeah.
I typically will get a lot more hits around my birthday. My birthday's in February, and so I do an extremely deep meditation then. And that's usually when I get a lot of hits, what I call hits, because that's how it feels to me, is how they come to me is like they hit my psyche.
Yeah. Kind of like a download of some kind?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Michael.
Yeah.
And then it's about processing it all. And if I get visions with it, then it's about piecing it out because it becomes memory. And so it's like, and I've already got a photographic memory, so it's all about literally taking it apart piece by piece, the memory. Yeah. And so
well, that's something
we'll
to
see
look
what happens around my birthday.
That's right. That's coming up very quickly here. We'll have to be ready for that. And Tish, I don't know if you're still here, our mystic out there. Are you there on the line, Tish?
Yes, still here.
Okay, well, in about a minute or so, can you give us maybe a little bit of your feelings about what we might be looking forward to in 2019?
Well, I am in a very transitional period right now. Everything has just gone inside out and upside down with me, and I have no idea what's happening. I've always had an agenda about being an advocate for the light beings, and that agenda has kind of dissipated. There's going to be some new work for me in the new year, and I'm not sure what it is.
Interesting.
You're transitioning.
It's kind of, that's what it
Yeah.
is, maybe a transition time for all of us. And I just feel it coming down the road as well. Oh, my goodness. Well, listen, go ahead.
More meditation for sure. Going within and listening. That's how I get my information.
Yes. Wonderful.
Like Nikki.
Yeah.
Say that again, Trish.
Like Nikki, we go within a lot of meditation.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
very much the meditation. It's a huge deal to calm every part of your body down. And actually, people may not know this, but you can actually communicate with, okay, this is going to sound odd, but the plants and the surrounding environment when you get to a really deep meditation.
I'll bet. Well, listen, I've got to wrap things up here, by the way, you guys. I just want to thank every one of the UFO team members here. If Lee's still on the line, Lee, thank you, buddy. Are you still there? Looks like he's left already. And we've got, of course, Tish the Mystic. And by the way, the She-He Dragon book that she is the author of is something you need to buy in the new year. So let's look out for Tish Lee's She-He Dragon. It's spelled S-H-E Dragon, but it's kind of got the She-He thing capitalized, right, Trish?
She/he. It refers to the sacred masculine and feminine within oneself.
Yes, it's a great book. So you got to check that one out, folks. And Ray Leo?
Yeah, and read the...
Go ahead, Trish, quickly.
Just read the reviews on Amazon. I've got some great reviews that I'm really thankful for.
Oh, wonderful. Ray Leo, are you still there?
I sure am.
Well, Ray, thank you very much for this year-end review. I really appreciate all that you've done for the UFO team as one of our members this year. So thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. And I want to let everybody know, too, out there that I'm in production of quite a few films. I've been on the road for over 3 months. I have a YouTube channel. It's only got two videos up right now, but you can check me out under Ray Leo. I'll have multiple others coming up. They're already in the can. I just have to have them edited. So looking forward, I have multiple investigations that I've just done on the road for the team, and I hope that everyone will check that out.
Okay, wonderful. Ray Leo, R-A-E, Leo, L-E-O. So there you go. And
got it.
And Troy and Kevin and Mary and everyone else that's been contributing on the show here tonight. Thank you very much, folks. This is Michael W. Hall, your paranormal lawyer, signing off for the entire 2018 year here at Night Dreams Talk Radio. We will see you on the other side in 2019. So good night, everyone. Thanks, everybody, on the UFO team.
Happy New Year.
Good night.
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network and its website are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcasts, the management, other hosts, or advertisers of the network. The shows found on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network can, but do not necessarily, promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition or give any medical or legal advice.